Well, good morning, Gibson family and friends. I trust that, like myself, you are just enjoying these beautiful summer-like days that we are experiencing. I hope you've had time to spend outdoors and take a walk or sit quietly and listen to the birds or look at all the beauty of life that is just greening and flourishing around us. It is very beautiful, and I've been enjoying that too. Well, today's encouragement is going to come from a rather personal place because, as some of you know, today is my birthday. And it's not just any birthday. I turned 60. I know. I see the shocked looks on your faces. I feel shocked too. How in the world could I be 60? Where in the world do you begin to reflect on a life of 60 years? And I can't help but be drawn into a place of gratitude, even when the future is uncertain, even when the current circumstances all around us are involve pain and difficulty. There is much gratitude in my life that I feel and experience as well. I was drawn back in my thinking to an elderly gentleman in the church that I grew up in. He was a grandpa to some in my church, but to all of us who knew him, he was Uncle Louie. And Uncle Louie played a trumpet, and he loved to gather together all of us kids who were just starting to learn to play instruments. And he formed a little group, and we played hymn arrangements. I learned how to transpose music so that I could play my trumpet in the same key as other instruments were playing. And we would do special music. You remember those days at Niekerk, but also in some other churches too. Part of the deal with Uncle Louie was that wherever we played, whenever we played, there would be a point where we would go down the line of us kids, starting with Uncle Louie, and we would say our names and a favorite Bible verse. And in doing so, giving a little bit of a testimony with that. And I'll never forget what Uncle Louie always did. He would say his name, and then he would quote from Psalm 71. And I realize 60 isn't that old today, and yet it's 60 years of life in this world, and that's no small thing. And I find that the words of Psalm 71 just resonate deeply within me. So I would like to read those and share those with you today. And I hope that you'll be able to share the same sentiments, the same faith, the same encouragement that the psalmist shares in these words. So Psalm 71, I'm going to start at verse 14. As for me, I will always have hope. I will praise you more and more. My mouth will tell of your righteous deeds, of your saving acts all day long, though I know not how to relate them all. I will come and proclaim your mighty acts, sovereign Lord. I will proclaim your righteous deeds, yours alone. Since my youth, God, you have taught me, and to this day I declare your marvelous deeds. And then this was Uncle Louie's verse. Even when I am old and gray, do not forsake me, my God, till I declare your power to the next generation, your mighty acts to all who are to come. I love those words, partly because they're embedded in my memory of a special relationship in my childhood, but partly too because they ring so loudly, they ring so truly in my ears and in my heart. And I am so grateful to have the opportunity again to have been a teacher and administrator at Holland Christian Schools, but now to be called into this new role as a pastor at Gibson Church. Even though it's not anything that I expected or any of us expected, the circumstances that we are in, I remain so grateful that I'm able to tell of God's faithfulness to the next generation. Not all of you are the next generation. Some of you are my generation, of course, and even above. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity to continue to tell of God's faithfulness and his goodness and to declare his word. And so my prayer is one of gratitude today and one of commitment as well, that this is how I want to live. This is how I want to continue to live my life for God as I find myself serving at the pleasure of the King. Friends, I hope that you share that same desire too, and that as you reflect on your lives, your past, your present, that you too feel the gratitude for all that God has done, even though we hardly know where to begin or how to put it into words. But that you might feel that gratitude, and you might feel the same compulsion, the same commitment, the same conviction to share of God's faithfulness to not only to the next generation, but to any and to all in your circle of acquaintances and relationships. So friends, I pray that you'll have a blessed day today and a good week this week. I'm preparing something special for Sunday. It's going to be a little different. Just so you know ahead of time, it'll be a worship service to be sure, but just a little different format than you're used to receiving from me. So look forward to that later this week, and we'll talk again for sure. I'll share something again with you on Thursday. But again, I miss you. I can't wait to see you. And I pray and trust that you'll have a great day and a great week today. All right? As always, until next time, friends, shalom.